Do you all know about cow magnets?
Well, that's a good question. This could potentially be a number of things. Is this attracting cows, or is this like, I'm gonna take a bet here. This is like how you can drill holes in the side of cows, check on them. Is this maybe some sort of metal you put in a cow's stomach to like keep the bad things out?
Dan, you somehow nailed it. A cow magnet is a method to prevent something called a hardware disease, because cows, when they're being kept by humans, are wandering around our fields where there are loose nuts and bolts and barbed wire, and they eat that stuff because they don't know any better, and their bodies fill up with dangerous metals.
I have the same
problem. So, farmers feed them magnets to keep all that stuff safely in one area, and so that they aren't getting torn all up inside. This might seem completely random, but before we started recording, I was trying to convince everyone on the show to become Amish and move with me into the mountains to escape the internet.
Is that where you think the Amish live, is the mountains?
The mountains of Pennsylvania? I've seen the Amish.
Yeah, they're up in Appalachia with their horses.
Both my family and Joa's family have, family farms in those areas. They're not Amish themselves, although there are some things about Anabaptism that make a lot of sense to me on a theological level, if we want to talk about that.
Yeah, like your love of churning butter?
No, it's just about choosing baptism, which is, I think, the logical and sensible thing. If you're a baby, you can't really agree to anything. I think you should have to do it as an adult.
But that's the part I like, the dunking someone underwater when they can't make a choice.
I gave my mom a thumbs up. I gave her my consent.
For what it's worth, Austin, I grew up in a church where baptism wasn't done for children. It was at some point in your teens or adulthood, decide to do it.
Mm-hmm. How was that? You turned out normal.
Yeah, well, here's how it turned out for me. I was very like, I'm gonna do it, this is definitely the path I go. Like, I was a real, I was the kind of church kid that was going to, like, weekend camps with the other church kids, where we would, like, just sit and pray till, like, 4 a.m, and the sleep and delirium meant that it felt like a very religious experience. You know how these things work.
The Holy Ghost gets up in you, yeah.
And then, like, right when I was like, oh, it's time for me to get dunked in the water, do the thing, I came out as trans and my church rejected me, and I was like, well, religion ain't for me.
Well, I mean, it all worked out because now you know yourself better, and they lost out on your coolness. So,
look, if they accepted me and let me get baptized, I'd probably be studying theology in like a church college and not making a job out of hunting shiny Pokemon. So, like, I think life turned out better.
Laura and I both were almost priests somehow. We ended up on the same podcast.
I also was almost a priest at one point in time.
Genuinely, my life plan for a while was to go study theology. It's what my sister fell into. My sister's married to a pastor and lives on like church property, being a church wife.
Yeah, I have a degree in religion and I am an ordained Episcopalian minister, but we are here to talk about Dice Funk. Shout out to our partners. Our cross promotion was a huge success. Shout out to everybody who robbed the Louvre, took out those beautiful gems, that crown, and also stole the trash bags, although that's not getting as much press. It was all 3 of your items. That was part of the whole thing. I don't think a lot of people are making the connection, but I thought it was a big success. What do y'all think?
I've been trying to say for the last 5 minutes that did you know that cows graze while facing north? Or magnetic poles?
Is it because of the magnets they eat?
Could be, who knows?
I was going to say about cows, because you kind of glossed over this. For anyone who doesn't know about this, they make holes in cows and then, like, fit a valve into them so that they can just open the fart valve on the cow. If it's like, oh, that cow's a bit gassy, open the valve.
I think that is a different hole than what I was referring to.
Oh, was that not the hole you were on about?
But also, there is a big hole they will sometimes put in the side of a cow where you could just put your entire fucking arm in there.
Ooh.
Cows have a lot of mysterious holes, as most of the things I love do. Cannula, it's called a cannula, is that hole. Austin Yorsky, patreon.com/dicefunk, right? No, patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. I am the guy who talks about holes. You love that. Please help me live. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. I'm here with Quinn Larios, who is wonderful, beautiful. You're Dicaprio Devereaux. Anything else for me?
Yeah, no, that was so kind. Thank you. Yeah, I'm Dicaprio Devereaux. I have a bunch of items. I have a zipper costume rack. I have the Gucci sunglasses, Dyson Sphering, Nev's disc, aka the Nuke, the Landscape, the RIP Prada bag, the beautiful quill, designer pearl chocolates, my ladder, my Silk Spectre, and Tree Fantastique lipstick. And then I just have in here a Fruit by the Foot ribbon.
I
Austin,
do remember
what
us
that one
talking
is?
about this. I remember us saying this, but I don't remember if it had mechanical implications.
That it did. That is when Quinn rolled to get a food item for.
Oh, yes, for
Oh,
Angelica.
heck yeah. All right, yeah, sweet.
Yes. Incredible. Laura K. Buzz, Laura K. Dale everywhere, patreon.com/Laura K. Buzz.
I'm here. Yeah, go put money on patreon.com/LauraKBuzz to help me keep making stuff. I play Doc Hop, who is currently torn between collecting dingle hoppers and blue women. We got a running tally of how many of both she has. My inventory currently has a trash can of holding, an out-of-date pop-up book of goblin history, Lucky Plush Rabbit's Foot, a children's trading card deck of no synergy. I don't have the plastic spy kit that I got stolen, but I do have a tinfoil telepath hat, dire muskrat with an ornate magical saddle, a floppy disk that's going to help us find Dad's old hoard, a digital reminder watch, some golden gym shorts, and a slaad that gives me access to martial adept abilities.
And Dan at Dan.com, Dan/Dan.org, Dan.net. Dan.
Hello, this is Dan, and you know what? Maybe I will have to get some sort of support line in here at some point. I did just put in my 2 weeks notice at my job, so maybe I will have to milk that audience a little bit. You guys want me to show Hole? Should I open an OnlyFans? Comment below.
A lot of milking and whole talk today. I mean, big week for you. You're getting married and you're quitting your job. I assume not related, although you could get married to the concept of unemployment on Dice Funk.
I won't lie. The idea of getting married on a Friday and then going back to that job on a Monday was making me want to put my head into a meat grinder. So that it definitely contributed to it. I'm playing Rex. Here are some of my items: Sergeant General's coat, golden gloves of contact mic, my Megalon crown, humdrum's ring, a TV lamp, my compass of plane chip, the sweatbands of Richard Simons, Sonic the Hedgehog shoes, and asshole grapes.
Okay, so last we left the adventure, you had defeated the Sorrows Sworn of Wonder. Dicaprio stepped into the moats of light, and you experienced the first time Sycorax saw Baby Hop. And from your perspective, it was just a moment, but from everyone else's, you became catatonic, jarring shift in tone as we jump from our silly intro personas into this harrowing moment. What did the two siblings do?
Austin, are there any more of those moats left?
No, I was curious who would get it, because obviously it would be more impactful on you. You do feel it through the attachment ribbon, but it's not the same. I'm curious if you resent Dicaprio if she ever comes out of this.
100% Hop does kind of... I think it would have been easier if she hadn't had that attachment ribbon feeling going on. She got it secondhand and knows that her sister got it firsthand, and she is going to be a little bit bitter.
Well, I believe she only knows that there was a sense of wonder, right? Not specifically what it was.
Yeah, you know very strongly and viscerally that your mom felt that powerful emotion, but you don't get to see it from her perspective. Maybe ever. Maybe that's been robbed from you. You could could choose how to roleplay that.
Yeah, it's if and when Hop finds out that that's what that feeling was, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Rex is kind of like he's grabbed Dicaprio's limp body by her shirt, and he's kind of shaking her a little bit, like lightly slapping the side of her face, pulling up her eyelid to check the dilation. Dicaprio, you alive? What's happening here?
Like, there's no medicine check first. It's immediately like slapping and.
That's part of the checking. That's why he's pulling up your eyelids.
Okay.
Slapping is the poor man's medicine check.
Austin, may I make a medicine check to see if I can bring my sister out of, I guess, a wonder K-hole?
Am I just able to wake up?
Nope, we gotta roll.
Do you get advantage for the slapping? Does that help the medical?
You get something for your coat, so...
20.
Perfect. You tell me with a 20. That's not a crit, but it is a strong ass 20. So this opening drama is resolved. How does it look?
Uh, honestly, I think the funniest option is that Rex turns to Hop and says, can you rip open her dress? I'm gonna go into chest compressions." And the thought of her clothes getting destroyed is what jolts DiCaprio out of this, I was gonna say waking nightmare, but I guess waking wonder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it really like a thing to be woken up from? You're like, oh, the like joy of parental love. DiCaprio scene it for maybe the first time in her life.
Yeah, you stole it from Hop. That was Hop's chance to feel parental love. Ugh.
Yeah, DiCaprio would be like, oh. Okay, so they all have different things.
What did that one have? Because it seemed like a good one.
It was rather significant. I don't suppose one of you... Hop, do you have the spell to create the memory ribbons? I think you should maybe see what I saw.
I don't know. Austin, can we do a roll to see... Because DiCaprio has experienced this, could we extract it from DiCaprio for Hop to experience? With the
Arcana
correct
check?
spell? Yeah, okay, what's my Arcana? I need the right sheet. Arcana. Oh, yeah, I've got a good Arcana.
This is gonna be like a video getting re-uploaded to YouTube through multiple accounts. It's just slowly degrading in quality.
27.
Holy Lord. Yeah, here's what I'll say about Encode Thoughts. It's a cantrip, so it really will be no burden for you to, for someone to switch it out. It is a wizard spell and you are a warlock, so you can't do it, but DiCaprio can. But this will be, with the 27, I'm going to tell you straight up. You can watch what it looked like, but you will not feel it the way DiCaprio did. It is diminished. It is a memory of a memory. But if you all want to take the moment here, DiCaprio, you're a wizard. You can pull out, your notes and spell book, switch a cantrip for Encode Thoughts. I'll give that to you for free, no problem.
Yeah, if that's the case, DiCaprio is going to say, "Look, I can't, give you the exact experience, but I mean, you felt what I felt, and if you'd like to see what I saw," and she's going to start, reaching her claws into her own head and kind of pulling out this green ribbon.
Yeah, if you do so, Hop will, a little confusedly but excitedly, take the ribbon, because it was definitely something good, whatever was in there.
Yeah, DiCaprio is not explicitly saying what it is, but she knows that you two, that the two of us essentially feel the same thing, so she felt the overwhelming feeling, so she knows that you did, and she doesn't just want to, say it, she's just going to give you the memory and let you experience it.
You know what? I really didn't think there was going to be a way out of this that Hop wasn't going to be resentful for, but I think you found it, because even if Hop's not going to feel it to the same degree, she felt a bit of it, and I think seeing what it was... As long as DiCaprio doesn't rub it in her face that, oh yeah, it was probably stronger for me. As long as we don't get into that conversation, I think this is a very sweet experience for Hop.
Yeah, no, I think DiCaprio, if anything, is you should get the opportunity to know your mom loved you. Not all of us are going to get that moment, so by all means, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, if you have nothing to add, Rex would say, well, maybe we should go check our glass pit trap for those two dragons that might have been flying around.
Yeah, you can return to the glass pit trap. You leave the Shrine of Wonder. There is still that guy, I believe you did the Solomon Grundy combo to and knocked him out there. But not super relevant to your interests. And you head back off into the mountains, turn back into dragons, fly over to the glass trap.
Just
and
a little thing to throw in very quickly. At some point along this, Hop is gonna hold back a bit from Rex and just take a moment to go. Thank you.
For what?
For going out of your way to make sure I could see that.
Oh. Darling, we're family. It's what we do for one another.
I guess it is, yeah.
Besides, it was interesting getting to see a mother have affection for their child. It was unique.
It's nice to have a little confidence that it's not just me having utility. Or at least there have been times where she's felt positively, just general. Like, it means a lot.
Your mother, and I mean this with all kindness, seems to be a complicated woman. But I am glad that you're able to see that there is some honesty in her affection towards you.
I think at this point, Hop does trail off and leave it there.
Perfect. The 3 dragon siblings fly back to the pit full of glass that you had specifically set up last episode to catch whatever was spotted earlier. Right now, I will tell you, you're probably going to have to roll to know more, but you get back and it's clear something was in the trap. You did a good job rolling to set it up. It appears that there is a foot, a severed dragon foot, in the pile of glass.
Do we recognize the
Austin,
foot?
can you send a JPEG of the type of lizard foot this is, and I will see if I can identify it.
I don't have a JPEG prepared, I'm sorry. But there, if you want to roll to identify, I know we did just do medicine, but that is the foot identification roll. I'm sorry, it just is.
I could roll to try and know a foot.
Some people out there are putting all their skills into knowing feet
19,
and rolling
19.
as often as possible.
Natural 19, no modifiers. I'm pretty good at knowing feet.
Okay, Laura, for saying that, no one else needs to roll. With a 19, something you find very distressing is you recognize the foot because it is a steel dragon foot. The toes are quite familiar to you. It looks like, I mean, you don't recognize your mother's feet on sight. That would be wild. But you recognize them as very similar to the feet you had for hundreds of years or whatever. It's a severed steel dragon foot.
I can put 2 and 2 together about these feet, yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing that's important here with the 19, it's a foot. There is no blood in the trap.
Oh. Does that 19 in medicine help me know more about why that would possibly be?
Not yet. I would say the 19, that it appears to be, if not Sycorax's foot, it appears to be a steel dragon foot. Let me say this very clearly. With a 19, you know that this is a severed steel dragon foot, but there is no blood, and it is a genuine, very surprising mystery. You will need to do more work to fill in some more of the other blanks.
So isn't Sycorax like fucking massive because she's an ancient dragon? Is this like even sized correctly for that?
Sycorax is an ancient dragon. So the foot size is correct. So
okay.
Yeah.
So at the very least, it's a big person here, potentially. I would just like to know for my information, does it it's in a pit full of glass. Does it like the flesh around where like I guess the severing was look like it was shredded by glass?
You didn't roll, so I don't know what you see here. Do you want to roll?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You said because Laura took the punishment of saying that she's done all the feet research, I wouldn't have to. That's a botch. So I don't know anything about the foot. I'd fall into the pit of glass.
But Austin, I know so much about feet.
Yeah, I know. No, this is very interesting. So Dan is botched. You poke at the foot, and the wounds are confusing to you with a botch. There is a consequence here, but you don't know what it is yet, Dan/Rex. But it doesn't seem to make sense. I'll say that you're confused. The wounds don't seem consistent. This is all very perplexing.
I was going to ask a question, but I feel like the answer would be medicine, and we've just done 2 medicine rolls. I was going to ask, is there any roll I can do to identify, like, is this a real foot?
I will give that to you for your 19. Yes, it is a real foot.
Okay, this is not like I dipped my fake test foot in to see if the trap went off.
I mean, we all have so many extra test feet. You gotta find a use for
I don't
them.
know, when your lair is that full of glass, maybe you're gonna have test feet around. I don't know.
I can't believe this is a whole thing.
Now, if that were Sycorax's foot, which we don't know, would she be the sort to get stumped by her own security systems?
I would point out more that I don't know many ancient dragons whose scales are so weak that they could sever an entire foot and bone with just glass.
This is magic dragon glass, I assume.
Yeah. But also, this wasn't one of Mum's traps. We did set this one up. Like, maybe, like, to play devil's advocate, maybe she, was like, oh, I know all my traps. I know where's safe because I made all the traps. Oh no, a trap I didn't make. It got me.
Does your mom have famously weak bones?
No, not to my knowledge. I don't think she's got, like, osteoporosis or anything.
Well, that would be pretty good, though, if she was steel outside, but so brittle inside. Really makes you think.
Ah.
Does she have chronic rustitis? Like, what's going on?
Now, she has osteogenesis imperfecta.
Yeah.
Is that like an album? I don't know what that is.
None of you have seen hit M. Night Shyamalan classic Unbreakable.
Not in, like, 20 years, unfortunately.
I was 12 at the time, I think.
They call him Mr. Glass. Anyway, you found a foot in a pile of glass here. Do you want to go check out one of the other 4 shrines? They are love, hate, joy, and sadness. Or if you want to continue talking to each other, rolling, it's up to you. It's your adventure.
Quick question. In terms of, like, I guess this would be something like a survival roll. Is there a way to track the presumably quite distinct footprints that might exist of 1 foot and one stump?
Yeah, you can roll survival to see that.
Yeah, see if there is weird footsteps to follow. If there's a dragon, they probably flew, but worth a try. 13.
13's good. I'll say there are some footsteps in the area. You think after the foot was severed, there aren't any additional footsteps, so that at least one dragon flew away. But there are some other ones. There may when you talk to, I believe the human was called the Professor last episode. He said, I saw some dragons, maybe dragon. It wasn't clear what he saw, so you don't know if there are multiple dragons or if it's a dragon and something else with the dragon that could be mistaken for a dragon. I guess there's some deliberate ambiguity there. Is that there's at least one dragon and maybe multiple other things.
This is like how I would answer questions at work, where I would give only the most base, vaguest thing I can confirm. Like, yes, there were items on this order. Okay, how does that help?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'll say at the 13, you just don't quite get enough information, but I guess a reminder that you all are well aware that Orlando has ordered no dragon-on-dragon violence, only a small folk proxy violence. So even if there is a dragon, it can't really do anything to you. I mean, you could, but there would be immediate serious consequences.
Austin, does the fact that we made a trap full of glass and a dragon maybe stepped in it count as us having enacted dragon-on-dragon violence?
No, that's glass on dragon violence. It's very different.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do we want to try seeing any of these other shrines and making sure there's nothing particularly valuable that is being left unguarded right now?
We could. I would point out we are just kind of going in there and destroying her guardians. Which I don't... Do we want to keep doing? What's our stance on this?
I don't want Mum to be madder at me than is necessary. I think that's a fair stance for me to have.
No, that's perfectly fair if we want to stop there, but
No, I'm not saying we don't go. I'm not saying we don't go in and check the other places. I'm just. You are making a good point about the number of her defenses we are demolishing, and I'm saying if we go in there and find another of her guardians, maybe we leave this one at least like intact. Maybe we fix it up on the way out or something.
Yeah, devil's advocate. I don't think your mom is supposed to have these. But also, that's not our job anymore.
No, you're right. It's not our job anymore. Sure. Which one do we want to go to? What are the ones left?
Love, hate, joy, sadness.
Oh, the love one's probably pretty good. I bet it's just an entire wing of nice memories of Hop and nothing else.
I find certain amounts of hatred do drive my small folk to greater heights of success. You'll never try harder if someone that you really dislike is slightly ahead of you.
I definitely won't get let down if we head to the love one. Let's do that one.
Sounds good. The three dragon siblings take to the air on large leathery wings and glide over to the Shrine of Love Memories. You see that there are a small gathering of people at this shrine. There have been different levels of people at each one. I think the first one you were at, Desire, had a ton of people, and Wonder only had a few. This one is like in the middle. Interestingly, I don't know what you exactly were expecting, but these love ribbons are glittering shades of pink, and it seems like the people who have come here are doing so in small groups and taking turns touching the ribbons.
I'm afraid to try to figure out what is happening here. The last time I did that, I botched it. I got robbed.
I mean, my first instinct is we've gone to an area of love and stuff is being passed around. Is this the equivalent of like hippies passing the drugs around? This is the share the love. Oh, I'll take a hit of that particular flavor of love.
Oh, my mind went more fucked up with it because of how Sycorax kind of treats them like cattle. That this is just a way to induce like functioning arranged marriages.
You can absolutely roll insight on this.
Yeah, I can roll just a random d20 and see what I get. Anyone else in? 5.
I don't have a good roll, but I will try.
You don't have to roll.
Yeah, but now I'm going to feel bad if I don't. Wait, hold on. 16 and 5. That's a good score, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not going to roll. Dicaprio is going to powder her nose.
Laura, would you say that you had a guess about this? Because you got a 5.
Yeah. My guess, which I guess is completely off base, was this is hippies passing drugs around, sharing the love.
Yeah, I think you might vocalize that. And Rex, you, I think, know that was the last one. That was Wonder. The people who were touching it had basically were catatonic. They were nodding off, and there was only a couple of people, and they had a kind of shameful aura about the one guy. You stopped him from getting his fix, and he attacked you, if you'll recall. This one, with the 16, you get a sense of this more quickly. It seems like people are coming in like small families, like children coming, touching the ribbon, and then leaving together. You see like parents touching a ribbon, leaving together. This is almost like a mourning ritual of people remembering memories of loved ones. This is like visiting a grave. I think you succeeded. You see a lone ribbon, you go over and touch it, and it's from the perspective of someone who's seeing a puppy for the first time and picking it up and being like, Mr. Snuggles, I love you. You're a precious baby.
Did you say Augustus Snuggles?
I said Mr. Snuggles, but it could be Augustus Snuggles, absolutely. Augustus Snuggles is a fucking awesome name. Egg, come here. I'm changing your name. No, this one, yeah, this is almost a kind of cemetery atmosphere. It's people coming to relive precious moments with loved ones.
Yeah, Rex will like look around on this. I don't like my instinct for him is always just to be an asshole, but I don't think he would really have like any problem with this or anything like that. I don't know if he necessarily mourns in the same way. He's only experienced that once in his life up to this point now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he would just like. I don't think he was emotionally intelligent enough to describe his like relationship with Hunter as any emotion of like love or anything like that. But he just kind of like walks back to his sisters and goes like, "Oh, I think they're like sad because their dogs are dying or whatever, and now they're trying to remember the good times."
I'm trying to think about people who might be here, of what dragons might be here. Are any of the big dragons here in the mountains mourning anyone right now that they would maybe want to find a ribbon to do with?
Oh, doesn't Andronicus have that dead girlfriend of Orlando's sister?
Absolutely.
Could try to find a memory ribbon of that if it exists.
Oh my gosh, wait, is Andronicus here?
Oh, you don't see Andronicus to answer that question.
Yeah, I think Laura was suggesting that we try to find like a ribbon to give to someone.
It was either that or like if we delve further into this one and find someone like who would be a person we should be bracing for might have a reason to be here.
Austin, because I crit on the previous professor situation, do I know the secret knock to get inside this chamber?
Yep, you got the ring of keys for all the secret
Yeah.
entrances, so you can absolutely just go down into the dungeon without any additional rolls.
Okay. I will leave it if anyone wants to do anything else here, but I'm also happy to go inside and see what might be lurking underneath.
My only addition would be simply to ask if anyone here saw a dragon come through.
Wow. Yeah, you ask people, a couple of humans here shake their heads. They haven't seen anything or just kind of give you the cold shoulder because they're busy. But with the 20, you eventually find some people who told you that, yeah, they've actually saw a couple of flying figures. One's definitely a dragon. Other ones, they're not sure. There's something off about the other flying figures. But I should say, by comparing notes, eventually you get the idea that there's one definite dragon and 3 not sure if they're dragons with the dragon. So to clear it up,
3 other things with it. That's ooh.
Are the other things similar size?
yeah, ish. Yeah, it's hard to say because people see them at a distance, and I will say, here's the important thing with their 20. It's not like those things are around Sycorax's mountain all the times. It seems like it's related to you. They're following you. They're surveilling you.
Is it 500 Cymbalines flying in the shape of a dragon?
Damn, I should have done that. That'd be sick.
So you said that they seem to be surveilling us, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the various humans compare notes, and it's like, oh, that's like, there's Wednesday dragons, here they come, like always. It's like, no, in the last day or so since you've been here.
Okay, well, if they're tracking us, maybe the answer is that we round a corner and wait for them to try to follow us.
It's a stupid plan, but I like it.
It doesn't need to literally be a corner, but my point is if they are following us, eventually they will catch up to where we are if we can break line of sight with them and just wait.
Yeah, we go down a one-way road and just kind of wait for them to come to us.
Something to that effect, yeah.
Well, these chambers are essentially one-way passage, so we could always go inside, get what we need from here, make sure it's secure, and then see if anyone comes in looking for us.
Rex will, nod to that and go, all right, let's go beat Cupid to death.
All right, Dicaprio, you unlock the trapdoor down into the catacombs under this shrine. Same sort of deal as the previous 2. Is this a small dungeon full of ribbons? These are glowing pink. You hear the shuffling footsteps of a sorrow-sworn in the distance. What do you do?
At this point, we're not trying to kill these things, or are we fine with still, I think we have to engage them in combat at some point, or else they'll just try to eat us.
That was Rex's question, because these are her mother, Sycorax's stuff and defenses. She's probably not going to appreciate them being destroyed. And we don't actually have a responsibility to destroy them anymore. So I think the only reason we would be doing this is if we want to see what the memory in them is. or to steal something from
Yeah.
Sycorax, which Rex would leave, to Hop to make that choice since it's her mom.
I'm putting a suggestion out there, which is, what if we went as if, like, toward where we would go fight one and just don't? So that if we end up, getting followed in here by whoever's following us, worst case scenario, we make them fight it.
I believe we referenced that these ribbons are, like, under big sheets. Is that right, Austin? I think that's been mentioned in these dungeons. They're
in the main temple where Sycorax kept the loom, where the most powerful emotions were being kept in like a warehouse configuration, they were covered in sheets because otherwise the blinding light coming off of them was overwhelming. Here in the dungeons under the shrines, that is not the case.
Okay. Is there any way we could, like, I guess, go down one of these dungeon paths and then hide amongst the stuff here and see if anyone follows down and then gets jumped by a Sorrowsworn?
So that would be a stealth check.
I'm willing to do that. I know Hop has maybe a negative roll to that.
It's fine. I can give it a go.
All right.
15.
Another botch.
15, despite my negative modifier.
Wow. Okay, this is actually fascinating. Really, one of the most interesting ways this could have played out. 15, 15, and botch. So the group succeeds. Paint me a picture of you hiding in this dungeon, because part of what you want works perfectly, and then I'm going to throw a complication at you. But let's just say you're in a dungeon of love memories, pink ribbons. There is a Sorrowsworn here. You can sneak by it. I will put a picture of it into the Roll20. It's a creature that's vaguely humanoid, made from glowing pink ribbons, with arms like two spears, and it is slowly kind of shambling down the hallway, looking to impale people so that they can be with it forever. And you three sneak by. Tell me what that looks like.
Rex points at the arrows and goes, "See Cupid? He's got little arrow arms."
Would I be able to like hide amongst the ribbons and then like use illusion magic to basically like make the light naturally kind of bend as though no one were there? Like, I would block some of the light of these ribbons, but I'm gonna use illusion magic to make it appear as if no one's there because the light's going straight through.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 15 and 15, you succeed.
Yeah, let's see. How does Rex fuck this up, I guess?
Here we go. The damage loaded.
There he is.
He's a big boy with his little pokey arms.
He seems so sad. His face is, he's so miserable, but yet he's made of love.
Love hurts. You know those like circular clothing racks you'll get in like department stores? I think Rex did like the 5-year-old tactic of just going into the center of those, and that's where he attempted to hide. And you can choose to fuck me over however you want. I don't know how this goes bad.
Yeah, Laura, do you want to add anything to this before I fuck over Dan?
No, I think my contribution to this, if anything, would have just been like, trying to use the fact that I'm made of steam to be a little less tangible, maybe cast less of a shadow. But yeah, let Dan fuck this up.
So the 3 siblings sneak through the dungeon, using the ribbons for cover, getting past the Sorrowsworn of Love, and you're hiding out, waiting to see if whoever's been surveilling you comes down to look for you and gets attacked. When, because of a double botch, Rex, you begin feeling a strange tingling in your extremities, and suddenly your arms begin moving without your express approval, which is very strange.
Command.
Suddenly, you feel, it's not even an urge, it's just happening. You attack one of your sisters. Who's closer? Roll an attack against them.
Okay. Let's see here. 20.
That's unfortunate.
So that'll hit either of them. Do you want me to pick or?
Yeah, whichever one's closer. Whichever one you feel.
I have some temporary hit points. I can soak an attack.
Yeah, I guess Rex from his hiding spot just wheels around and fucking clotheslines Dicaprio in the face.
All my hard work perfecting an illusion to like perfectly mask myself.
Yeah, the Sorrowsworn definitely is going to hear the ruckus and come to impale you all to death. But there's a brief moment where there's confusion. I don't know if any of you want to say or do anything. Rex, you obviously do not want to continue hitting your sisters, but you feel helpless to do anything about it.
All right, I'm not dead, but if I hadn't had temporary hit points, then I would be.
Can I see anyone with my special eyes?
No. You use your witch sight to look around, and you do not see anyone in the dungeon with you.
Yeah, Rex will just say, "Not doing this, not me, not my arms, don't know what's happening."
Can I use the Dyson sphering to teleport Rex to see if like there's some kind of like, because this is like, you know, the ribbons that are making people do things. Like, is someone like, you know, attaching a ribbon to him or something like that? And I want to see if like I teleport him away, if it'll disconnect.
You have the Dyson sphering. It uses vortex warp. You can move Rex from one end of the hallways into the other. And as far as you know, it does not accomplish anything. His body still bends unnaturally, as if he is a marionette on strings, and he begins lumbering towards you to hit you again.
How literally does he look like a marionette on strings?
Insight?
What's... Okay, yeah. 7?
It definitely looks strange, but with the 7, you don't really understand the implications of how it's strange.
Okay.
He's moving weirdly. It's not like he just changed his mind and it's like, I'm actually going to beat their asses. Something's happening to him.
Not confident enough with the 7 that I'm like, I'll go slice the invisible strings that are definitely there.
Can I use my ladder to keep Rex at ladder's like distance? Like I'm just gonna like push it against him and he just can't advance forward.
Holy shit, it's the ladder's time to shine. You know what? Here's what I'll say. If you trap Rex on one end of the corridor with the ladder, you and Hop have to fight the Love Sorrow Sword, and that's how that will work. If that's what you want to do, roll initiative.
I don't know how else to stop Rex from whooping our ass.
He's very strong, yeah.
But I've been botching so many times. Surely I'll just miss.
Yeah, I mean, unless we have a better idea.
All right, Doc Hop, you're up first. You and Dicaprio are one side of the ladder with the Sorrowsworn pulsing pink flesh into grotesque impaling lances coming towards you. Rex on the other side of the ladder trying to bend his body around the obstacle and can't seem to manage it. Although Rex can, continue to say, "Hey, it's not me. I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, I've turned to looking up news about cows.
Rex has, or Dan?
Yes.
So Dicaprio's on pretty low health right now, correct?
I mean, I'm as low as a health as any level 1 character who's a wizard is.
Yeah.
So
okay. I'm gonna throw out a punch. So 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I'm gonna do the damage. So that's 13 normal damage, but I'm also gonna do a martial adept thing using my superiority die.
Oh yeah.
Adding another 6 damage, so making it 19, and I've done Distracting Strike. When I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can expend a superiority die to distract the creature, giving my allies an opening. I add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. The next attack against the target by an attacker other than me gets advantage. So at the very least, if any of you want to hit this thing, you'll attack it for extra damage. I thought this was the thing where I could make them target me and not you lot, but apparently I changed my mind at some point about what I was putting on this sheet.
I like this because this is the first we've seen of the benefit for dating the blue sexy slaad. Is there some kind of flavor to this you would add? Is it something she taught you? Is there some sort of goof 'em up here? Because she doesn't get a lot of characterization moments on screen.
So I think the reason that we're gonna go with distracting strike here is that this is trying to harness the slaad living in the non-Euclidean zone of it all. It's the you think the thread is over here. Oh no, it's over here. It turned left and now it's 3 right turns behind you. That's just her natural habitat, and therefore, like, that's where the distracting energy is coming from. Is trying to create a bit of a distraction about where the threats are.
Okay, so you don't just run forward and punch, you approach from 3 angles simultaneously, in a way that no martial art can counter.
My physical approach isn't actually from 3 directions, but, like, I've learned to move in such a way that it looks like I'm attacking from left, right, and above you at once. If someone wants to attack from the back while I'm distracted, they're welcome.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't hurt that you can turn into steam, and your arm is an ancient item, superior power. But you do 19 damage, and Dicaprio, you have advantage on your attack to try to knock this thing out before it goes to Stab Town.
Yeah, I'm going to use Ice Knife. So I'm going to make a ranged spell attack. 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Yep. I'm going to do... Oops, wait, hold on. That's not the... Yes, that is. So 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then you'll need to make me a dexterity saving throw to make sure that the ice that explodes doesn't pierce you full of holes.
19.
That's unfortunate. You should have been pierced full of holes, Austin. I would like to lodge a complaint with the management.
Okay, you throw your ice knife. It goes right through the creature's chest, which is made of pink ribbons, embeds somewhere inside, and you hear the muffled sound of an explosion. But the wrappings of the ribbons around it really what's the word I'm looking for? Absorb the blast, so it is not riven as terribly as it could have been. But Hop took a huge chunk out of it, and it is distracted. It barely notices the knife inside of it and is going to point its arms at you, Hop, and they explode off of its wrists like harpoons held by thin pink ribbons. Here are 2 attacks against you, 14 and 6.
Neither of those is gonna hit my AC.
Oh my lord, that was okay. Yeah, is because you took the gym shorts? That's your balling?
Yeah, I even at level 1 I have an 18 AC because I have my heavy armor gym shorts.
Okay, so you're feeling so flexible, and you dodged 2 human arm-sized harpoons.
Oh yeah,
we're trying to go through
I'm just letting them. You say go through me. They are going through me. They're just going through the steam. They're not hitting any of the tangible bits.
I'm just gonna say this now. You guys should have not left me alone for this long. I'm looking up some weird stuff.
Yeah. Tell us what you learned.
You know what? I'll make you read this. I'll drop this in the chat. Describe what I'm just posting.
Oh no.
What do I... Okay.
Non-human primate milk.
First I was looking up cows, and then that went into Milk Wizard, and then I went into how many kinds of exotic milks can I buy?
I'm sorry, is Milk Wizard a service?
I wanted to see if there was maybe if someone had done art of, like, a wizard whose main method of magic involves dairy products.
Oh,
not a lot. Very minimal.
There is a
Misfits.
thing. Yeah, the TV show Misfits has one of the most terrifying villains ever, whose whole thing is controlling milk.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely unsettling.
But he's a lactose mancer.
Yeah, lactokinesis.
Okay.
Ooh, a donkey milk.
Oh, Lord. All right, we're back to Doc Hop. You narrowly avoid getting impaled. Down the hallway, Rex's body, twisting unnaturally, begins bending the ladder with his absurd strength. Salute to the heroic ladder. Some gave all, all gave some. You know what I'm saying?
You can't take my ladder away from me like this, Austin.
It saved your life. if Rex was in this fight, you're both getting bashed into a paste.
Fine.
Okay, I'm hopping onto my dire muskrat to get advantage. So let's go 27 to hit.
Holy Lord, absolutely muskrat hours for real.
10 more damage as I punch with a big metal arm.
Pay me a picture. You defeat the Love Sorrow Sword.
As I charge on Muskrat back towards this one, I do apologize as I'm approaching. I go, I feel like your thing is meant to be love, and it feels rude to beat up a love thing, but sorry. And just smack it right in the face.
Okay, so your muskrat gives you the speed to just cut it in half with your metal arm.
Yeah, and then I very quickly look back to Rex and see if Rex is okay now.
I'm on to rat milk now. I can buy this. I can add this to my cart.
Was this the thing controlling Rex or not?
That is a great question. Two things are true here. One is there is now a cloud of pink motes in the air as you have destroyed the Sorrow Sworn. The other thing is Rex finishes ripping the ladder in half, R.I.P., and his body still twisting strangely begins advancing on you. It has not stopped him. You still have time to do something about that before we have to roll initiative to fight him.
His arms are doing the windmill attack maneuver that children do, and he goes, in the most literal sense, if you let this happen, it's on you. I cannot stop it.
I'm gonna float this to Dicaprio, I guess, in the mind chat. Is it maybe a good idea to shove Rex into the moats?
Do it. That's funny. I like it.
Would that be enough of a shock to the system to stop Rex attacking and buy us a second?
If nothing else, it would give us an opportunity to at least give more of a thorough examination and see what might be controlling him.
Yeah.
Plus, he hasn't gotten a chance to see it. What if this is like, I don't know, his mom seeing him as a baby for the first time?
A memory I'm sure my mother, for some reason, probably has.
I mean, she has the full gore memory, so that's pretty, we're already to it.
Yeah, I suppose her whole thing is collecting people's memories that aren't hers is her entire thing. Yeah, Rex, come beat us up over here behind the moats.
I'm not mind controlled. I can't. I need to make this clear. I just can't control my body.
Rex, look over there, and then I want to trip Rex into the moats.
Yeah, the uncoordinated body of Rex, although leveraging his immense strength, is not dexterous enough to stop your high-level strategies such as tripping and pushing, and you do maneuver him into the cloud of pink motes, which swarm into him. He glows, lights up pink, and begins experiencing some vision, and I'll get back to it in a second, Rex, what you see, but from Hop and Dicaprio's perspective, your brother locks up, his eyes roll back, and you have a minute to figure out what's going on with him before he comes out of it.
Yeah, would this be an Arcana check to try to figure out what's controlling him at this point?
Yep, you can try.
An 11.
Oh, that's not much better. 13.
You got that, I think, Dark One Zone luck you can just toss onto it.
Can I use... I don't think I can use that in level 1.
Oh, yeah.
No,
right.
that's a level 20 thing, unfortunately.
With averages on these Arcana rolls, here's what I'll say to you two, is looking at Rex, the way his body is spasming does not seem magical. There are many spells to compel people to do things, and you both are very powerful magic users. You know what that looks like. Whatever is happening seems to be a nervous system issue, and I will get back to that in a second.
Ooh.
Rex Maximus, from your perspective, you're being forced to stagger down the dank hallway of a dungeon into a cloud of pink motes, and then suddenly you find yourself sitting on the edge of a cliff, and you look over, and the sun is shining beautiful in the sky, the air is crisp and cool, you smell food that you're probably just eating some distance away, and you look over and you see Orlando, the black and copper dragon, quite young and handsome. He is looking Nice.
Oh god! Oh,
man.
god! I'm Sycorax! Oh god!
Oh no!
I need to get out of here!
Sycorax has hidden.
Rex is doing the math of if he just jumps off the cliff head first, will that shock him out of this memory? Because he is afraid of where this is going to go.
Yeah. Now there are 2 ticking clocks. You gotta get Rex's nervous system right before he pummels you to death, and you gotta get him out of this memory before he sees something unseeable.
Okay. I would like to grab shards of my destroyed ladder and use them to help me perform like acupuncture to try to like restart Rex's nervous system.
Whoa. What the fuck? I don't know fucking shit about acupuncture, Quinn, but if you want to roll medicine, I will abide by whatever that roll is.
Okay. It couldn't possibly go bad.
Yeah.
7.
Okay, very bad. Not only does this not work, you don't know shit about acupuncture. Rex is going to take 1 damage, but that does give you an idea, because whatever's happening to his nervous system is hijacked his intense strength. But it won't have any strength to use if he's unconscious.
So wait, we just think if we just pummel him to unconsciousness?
With a 7, that's the best I can give you, because if he comes...
I'm gonna let Hop have a second to try something, but I am in the background. Dicaprio is grabbing a chair over her shoulder and is charging towards Rex at full speed to just nail him over the head with it. Like it's gonna be that scene from Moonlight.
So I'm trying to think of things that like, because I know how to regulate my own nervous system, but I don't know how to forcibly regulate someone else's. Because like all the things I know about like deep breaths and like humming to stimulate the vagus nerve, I don't know how to like force my unconscious brother to hum, for example.
Well, what you need to do is check his hair for the ratatouille, because there's a ratatouille in there that's controlling him.
It's a ratatouille situation. I mean, it could be all that rat milk you've been drinking in secret, Dan. Dan is
This is true.
Dan is private messaging me the exact thing that's happening, which is very funny. I don't know if you have a sense of honor that you can't just tell the people you're playing the game with, or you think it's a war show.
I know that you get a little bit grumpy when I immediately shoot you in the dick.
Dan, we'll never get anywhere unless you tell us the things you know.
Dan, I'm about to hit you in the head with a chair, so do you want that option as opposed to
Don't
just telling
make me
us?
like try and hum, like press my throat against yours and hum in the hopes it will stimulate your vagus nerve.
Because again, if that doesn't work, it's chair shot down.
I'm being put in a very difficult spot here between the two of you.
Yeah, welcome to unemployment, buddy.
Oh god. Look, I'll say this. There's a limited amount of NPCs in this show, and some of them haven't appeared recently. Search your mind.
Laura, you can roll nature, I think, if you want to get in tune with the humming rhythms of the universe or whatever. You could beat Rex.
I'll say this: a sort of musical rhythm is a thing that you could pair. What's the word I'm looking for here? That you
He's
could
doing it.
connect.
He's doing it
with some lateral thinking. There is a direct connection here. Please, I'm begging you to look over
Dan,
the NPC list.
Dan, I don't have that list in front of me, and it's 1 a.m. Just tell me the thing you want me to know. What's the thing you're trying to tell me that I've forgotten a person exists because it's sleepy hours?
Hit me with the chair.
Fuck yeah.
Austin,
Me.
what damage dice do I roll for a chair shot?
It's an improvised weapon. I think he's just standing there, so you could just roll and roll and roll until you beat him unconscious, if that's how y'all want to handle it.
Hey, Dan, at this point, I actively refuse to work out what the answer is. You clearly know it, and you're just kind of teasing me with not saying what it is, so I refuse to know the answer now.
Rex can't talk. I'm not going to metagame this and beat my ass with the chair.
Hey, it doesn't have to be metagaming. I've got the telepath hat. I telepath you in the dream and go, hey, Rex, what's happening to you?
as Orlando sexy walks towards him, something horrible, something truly awful. Also, it's chorus.
Yeah. I was looking at the thing. I was like, it is coarse, but at this point, I want you to say it.
Okay, so it sounds like what happens here is right before Rex experiences something truly Lovecraftian. DiCaprio bonks him over the back of the head with half of the ladder. The ladder saves you twice, and you two are going to drag Rex's unconscious body out of the shrine.
Yeah, I'm also picking up the pieces of the ladder. I intend to reforge it into a new wonderful piece of my inventory down the line, because this wood is beautiful. I never said that before, but this was a beautiful ladder.
I think you did actually say it was beautiful.
Spending your whole downtime making the perfect ladder.
Hey, Dan, we love you. You're great. I'm sorry if we were mean to you. You're great.
No, you must hit me with the chair. It must happen.
Okay,
It already did.
Okay, I take the fragments. I also hit Rex with the chair.
Why is it a chair? It's a ladder.
I thought Dan said chair.
Quinn kept saying chair shots. So that's what I went back to. Okay. Yeah, I've been Jackie Chan.
Okay, I find a chair and I hit Rex with the chair.
Okay, completely wacky into this shrine visit is you dragging Rex's bloody unconscious corpse, not corpse, he's still alive, I got excited there, out of the shrine. Humans all run away seeing this. You conventionally can wake him up, but your ladder is destroyed. I guess DiCaprio in your inventory, you have shards of ladder, and then if you wanted to go...
It's quite literally listed as beautiful ladder shards. So we'll see if we can refangle that at some point.
Is there a world where one of the three things we saw flying around with a dragon was Chorus? Could Chorus have a form that could be mistaken for a dragon flying? Like a cloud of spores?
Oh, I think I got it. Rex is unconscious, but I'll message Austin, I guess, what I think is happening.
I'm gonna push a fucking chocolate into your throat so you can just talk to us like a human.
Hey, Dan.
So I guess this is my question here. How does this work? I have no hit dice.
The chocolate will give you however much bonus, whatever hit.
1d8.
Yeah, 1d8, and then you'll wake up and you can have this conversation in character.
Okay. I will roll my... Well, actually... Oh, hold on. Wait. Do I have this at level 1? Holy shit, this might be something. When I eat food, I regain more health.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Never mind, that's level 20. Fuck me.
Oh no, the hungry boy feat goes unused.
Well, I can push a second chocolate into your mouth if you need it, depending on what your health load is.
Now I'm at 6 out of 13.
Okay, well, I'll give you the last chocolate then, so you can be a little bit higher.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, this arc
right.
is going to be like a risk reward thing. How many shrines do you do before you're like, we are out of resources, we can't do this anymore?
Austin, what was the reward of Rex seeing his dad try to fuck him?
It's a great question.
Tell me what the benefit for this was.
I feel like there was something to glean from that scene, but we immediately went to like, ew, gross, she's gonna fuck me.
I will say not all of the shrines have equal rewards. One of them did have the secret to the thing beyond experience that is the most powerful thing in the entire Cookie Mountain, so maybe not all of them need to be that. Maybe checks and balances.
Yeah. One of them was just a mother's love. There was no real reward to it, just mums can love, that's nice.
That was the most powerful thing I was referring to, not the Numenon.
Yeah, Rex will groggily get up, picking bits of ladder out of his head, saying, "All right, in between the blows and one of the most horrific moments of my life, I have a theory. What happened to your mom's body?"
Oh. I don't know. I feel like I should know.
They only need a small piece to bring her back, and Chorus could absolutely reanimate.
You're right. Oh god, that's
a dragon corpse, and there wouldn't be any blood.
Oh, my mum's mushrooms.
Your mum's mushrooms.
She's she's a mum shroom.
Yep, no rolls. You figured it out. That's what's going on.
Oh, thank God you're awake, Rex. We would never have gotten there. I'm so glad that you, when awake, would never withhold this kind of information from us. It's one of my favorite facts about you, Rex.
Well, yeah, of course, is annoying as shit. Even if I got him kind of thinking like a dragon, it seems he has taken that to, I guess, invading your mother's hoard while she's gone to steal from it. Which, frankly, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess we should go beat the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, you did. Again, we asked and you didn't answer. What happened in the memories? Did you learn anything interesting or important?
Rex will look at the two of them straight in the eye, I guess, but at the same time, he desyncs his vision with the lazy eye and goes, "You simply do not want to know. I don't want to think about what I saw. I'm actively repressing it.
Oh.
Can I take the memory from Rex? Like, does the code thoughts remove the memory from them?
So, we've had this conversation about Sycorax before. Is that at least when Sycorax does it, it is an option whether the memory is taken away or just a copy is taken. I don't know if that is broadly applicable, but that's how we talked about it with Sycorax.
I would imagine that it probably is from her expertise. I think it's funnier in the scenario that Rex has to have this in the back of his mind for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He will like hold an arm up to like keep Dicaprio away and say, "You simply do not want to know what this was. You talk about protecting us. I'm shielding you from this. I don't think either of you want to go through this."
I'm sorry you didn't get a good one. I was hoping. Love seemed like such an easy win for a good one.
No.
Maybe we'll have better luck at hatred.
Just based off of what's been happening, I think that's gonna be maybe the breakup between Dad and your mom. That feels like what that would be.
Well, we should probably find out then, I guess.
Yeah, we got another one in us.
Rex will look at his sisters and go, "I'm not sure about that, considering Chorus almost had me kill the two of you."
Well, do we know how to avoid that in the future? Is there like a fungal cream we're supposed to use?
Austin, what are the antifungals of the Cookie Mountains? what does this Grecian society have?
Can we just put fabric over our mouths, like make makeshift masks to not breathe spores in?
I will say that you're not 100% sure. Medicine isn't particularly advanced at this point. You botched when examining the severed foot, which is when the spores got in you, and then you botched again later when they tried to take control of you. That's what all that was. You don't think there is something you can do which will just make you immune to chorus. I think the only person that you're aware of who is immune to chorus, well, I don't know if I should say, because someone said it to you, but I don't know if you remember, that chorus is a threat.
Mm-hmm. My thought is, if I'm a big red dragon and I'm on fire, the spores won't get to me. And even if that's not true, I can also just incinerate it.
I was going to similarly argue that I'm made of steam, and is that too hot for spores to survive?
I guess we'll find out if you botch.
Okay.
This is Rex coping, to be clear. He doesn't want to be a small little guy about to get murdered in a dungeon. He wants to whoop Chorus's shit for this.
Well, it seems as though they're still not making their move, so we have time to go to more of these chambers and find out more. Perhaps something a bit more fascinating can be obtained from the next one.
Sure.
Well, Hop, you would know your mom best. Which one of the remaining ones do you think she would care the most about or have the most interesting memory for? The hatred, sadness, or happiness? Or was it joy?
She does love a good bit of hatred. She's got a real soft spot for hatred.
She has 80 hours on that in Steam. I didn't even know there were achievements in hatred.
Look, it's paradoxically one of the few things she doesn't hate is hatred.
Whoa. Makes you fucking think.
How beat to shit are Rex's two sisters?
DiCaprio's fine. I mean, she could be worse,
I'm
but
okay.
Oh, you two are
again,
okay.
I'm about as good as a level 1 wizard with like a 14 AC can be.
Yeah.
You know, like a slight breeze could take me out if it just catches me with the wrong attack roll.
I thought she had like 3 health, and I thought Hop had taken some hits because I think if it was that bad, then Rex would be like, absolutely not. We're not continuing down this path. This is going to go so deeply bad.
Nope. Still have a couple hit points left, so I'm good.
Yeah, Rex will look at his 2 sisters and go, all right, Hop, if you say so. This is your mom. I can't speak to how she'll react to this, but I guess let's go experience hatred.
Yeah, it's fine. We can just put the blame for all this on Chorus. We were trying to stop Chorus. It's not our fault that the stuff we did happened.
All right, it sounds like the 3 of you turn into dragons, fly over to the Shrine of Hatred. Even from the sky, you can see that it is deserted. This is the first one you've been to. No one is there. Dust bunnies roll by, the wind whistles in the empty building.
Huh.
Are there any ribbons out at this altar? Like, there's been some that we've seen usually on the outside and then stuff on the inside. Are there any outside on this one?
Absolutely. Blood red ribbons of a variety of shades. You didn't know there were so many shades of red. It's kind of shocking how dark and how light it can be.
Is there no one here because all of her small folk hate the hatred? They're like, this is the worst one. We hate this one.
Because there's no one around to roll insight on, it's kind of hard to say that necessarily. I will say that these hatred ribbons are very similar. One of these was wrapped around Ulysses at his quinceanera when he debuted his small folk form and attacked you. So you've seen these in action before.
Yeah. And if, I guess as a reminder, I went back and checked the tape. Desdemona had 3 colors of ribbons, which were red, blue, and yellow. So that would be hate. Craving was yellow or gold, and I think blue was in the nostalgia ribbon that Dicaprio and Hop also have.
Yeah, I will say, this is extremely annoying minutia that you don't probably have to care about. Craving is a kind of desire. So the desire is like the larger category, and you believe blue is is nostalgia, and that there's a overriding emotion over that is larger. But this is me being annoying about,
Probably
particulars.
sadness, if I had to guess.
You guessed correctly, Quinn.
Wow, I'm so smart. Do I get a prize?
Yep. You get to tell me what you do at the Shrine of Hatred.
I want to open up the secret door with the secret knock that I know, or the key.
You unlock the trapdoor down in the dungeon. You can drop down into these dark corridors, and you hear in the distance strange, flat thudding noises in the distance echoing through the hallways.
I say, can we not? This place is full of just jars of broken glass. Can we not just pour all the jars of broken glass out on the stairs and then make a loud noise so the sorrow swarm comes after us and cuts all of its feet up trying to get to us?
It doesn't seem very smart. It might work.
I mean, look, it gets more people than you would think. There's a reason the mum relies on it. It's a surprisingly effective tactic.
If you want to try that, roll deception. Yeah, to do, what is this, the 3rd glass trap of the arc? I think eventually we're going to have to call a moratorium on glass shenanigans, but it's still funny to me.
When we leave this arc, probably.
11.
I get advantage on deception.
Ooh.
Not that I need it. 24.
Wow, okay. So, Dicaprio, you start setting this up, and then Doc Hop says, no, step aside. I'm the glass master. Paint me the picture with a 24 of you shredding the hatred sorrow swarm, which you will see when it emerges to fall into your trap.
So, I don't know what the trap's going to look like, but I do think the way that the advantage helps is I get advantage from the pop-up book of Goblin History. I think there is a really inaccurate illustration in there somewhere of definitely how a great ancient battle went down. You know, that probably was a very dramatic affair, but is just depicted as a bunch of people stepped on glass and had to go home from the fight. And I think like this illustration is the inspiration for however this trap ultimately looks. It's the equivalent of looking at a children's pop-up book and being like, oh, I could paint a tunnel on a wall. That might work.
The humanoid creature, pulsing red, its flesh almost infected looking, like you see the gaps between the ribbons where the light isn't pulsing the brightest, gives it a very strange, upsetting look. As it comes around the corner and about to fall into your trap, you see it has two heads on top of its torso, which are both biting at each other. They have misshapen mouths full of uneven ribboned teeth, and they are trying to bite into each other as their two hooked hands, hooked like a pirate hook, as they stab into each other's side of the torso over and over and over, the ribbon reforming around the wounds. The thudding you heard was just this thing attacking itself over and over again. It rushes towards whatever your trap is, and then what's going to happen is you're going to, because you got a 24, you shred its feet off. You do not take enough HP to destroy it, but it's going to like hit the ground, and then we'll talk about what you do about it, because I guess you could just leave it there.
If this thing hates itself, the trap is just we put a mirror at the other side of the glass. It's like, that fucking bastard I hate. Me.
Wow. It runs at itself, swinging its hooked hands, goes right through the glass, rips the ribbons all apart. It falls and just starts crawling towards the mirror, trying to attack itself.
Yeah. In breaking the mirror, even more broken glass is created.
Yeah. So the Hatred Sorrow Swarm is not an enemy, but it's not dead. There is more to this dungeon. I will say if you all want to roll investigation, because you have taken out the main threat.
Investigation, you say?
I do say. Yep.
Yeah, I could.
12.
11.
I'll roll. 17.
Hell yeah.
Yep, the group succeeds, so neither Cymbeline ambush nor chorus spores befall you. You search the corridors while you hear the distant thudding of the Hatred Sorrow Swarm attacking itself in the mirror. As you all look in the various chambers of this dungeon, and in one of them you find suspended from the ceiling by a number of glowing red ribbons, like a spider web, with a fly caught in it. There is some sort of object, and it's obscured by all the ribbons hanging around it, but it's very clear there's something stuck in there. It's with a 17, an 11, and a 12. So you definitely see this item, but it's hard to know what it is without untangling it from these ribbons.
Nothing has ever gone wrong by being enticed by a spider's web.
I would say, would untangling it, activate the ribbons, or is there any, innate danger in starting to, pull at it?
Great question. You don't know until you try.
Then Dicaprio's going to try, because in her mind, hatred is a very common feeling that she regularly processes. So in her mind, she just thinks she's the best equipped for this.
Whoa, so you just reach up and just start untangling the object out of the ribbons?
Yeah, and also I'll volunteer to see the memory of the Hatred Sorrow Sword if we're concerned about that as well.
Yeah, so that Sorrow Sword is still alive, and we can go back there in a second. I'll say you start reaching up and untangling the ribbons. Can I get a charisma saving throw?
Yeah. 16.
Perfect. Yeah, you get brief flashes as you touch the ribbons of people screaming and yelling, fighting, just all kinds of curses, invective, just horrible, nasty stuff. With a 16, you just tank it. You just keep pulling.
In her mind, she just starts reliving memories from her childhood, and that drowns out and pushes it down. She's just whatever, been there, done that.
Yeah. On one level, you just untie a knot. On another level, this is an incredibly brave act of emotional self-harm almost. Of you're just touching the third rail of hatred. I don't know. It looks like nothing to an observer, but is extremely harrowing, actually. But nothing with a 16. Nothing nothing mechanical happens in Dungeons and Dragons terms. Nothing Gygaxian happens, and you unwrap the object which was tangled up in this web, and it appears to be a crown made out of some sort of pink mineral.
Pink mineral.
Is this a particularly beautiful crown?
And actually, while it might have some sort of rugged beauty, it actually strikes you as conventionally ugly.
Is it made
crowns
of...
are usually...
I was gonna say, is it made of coral?
Roll nature, I think, to know that. What I was gonna say was it gives a kind of rough and ugly look. Usually crowns are like beautiful and bejeweled, mirror shine, polish. This one, if anything, it has a hostile look to it.
24.
24 is perfect. Doc Hop, you recognize it immediately as some sort of magically fortified salt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know who this is a reference to, Austin.
I realized after I asked, I was like, that's the wrong direction.
Is this a Dice Funk thing? Is this the thing that happened?
Yes.
What?
There was a Salt King, so.
And did he get like licked to death?
I don't actually remember how he died, but yeah, maybe.
just a pack of deer.
Laura summoned 100 spinning swords, which pureed his whole body in one move.
That was pretty sweet.
Missed the crown. Missed the crown though. Crown's fine.
I am going to hand the crown to Rex and be like, well, it's not my style, but you still like crowns and all those things, right?
Rex flashes back to his new physical form, which is now not just wearing crowns, he's just made of them. Yeah, that's still in the wheelhouse. Can I identify if this thing has an ability?
Yep. Normally there's a spell identify, but let's just say roll Arcana.
Okie dokie. 11.
When you touch it, you feel it tingling through your body, like there's a physiological effect, but you do not know the extent of it. I think if you're already wearing a Megalon crown, you take that off briefly, put this crown on top, and you feel the same tingling in your body you can feel in Hop and Dicaprio's body, if that makes sense. Like you are feeling something about them, but it will take some time to master. You cannot use this ability right this moment.
Rex will say this is like, look, I'm always happy to have another crown. This is your mother's, I'm pretty sure. Are you gonna be okay if I just take this?
How do we know that it's Sycorax's? It was tangled up in here. I mean, does she even know it's here?
I mean, she doesn't hoard crowns by any means. And there's other people snooping around her place, so, like, if you want to take the risk of my not being angry at you if she sees you wearing it, that's, I guess, your risk, but...
We also killed her, so if she's going to be angry at us, it's probably going to be for that and not for...
I don't think so. I think she'll understand that. If I can't predict if she'll be chill about, I don't know if she cares about this crown or not. I can at least argue for why we killed her. And she might get it.
At the very least, if she wants the crown back, then it can be up to Rex to decide if he wants to return it to her. Until then, we're making sure that the important artifacts and weapons in Sycorax's hoard are being secured.
Maybe that's the argument we use is, hey, all of your stuff was getting looted. At least if this item was with Rex, it wasn't mid being looted.
I'm perfectly willing to tell your mother the, I guess, half-truth of I'm taking this for safekeeping. I do have to eventually fight Dad, again, which I will take anything that I could use to put that old man through a wall.
Well, I guess welcome to the Salt Crown. Try not to wear it in the rain, probably.
In high school, my friends and I had a game called, we would just call it assaulting each other. where we during lunch we would take the packets of salt that they had in the cafeteria and try to covertly get salt on each other. Sometimes that was just like putting your arm around them with the packet ripped open and lightly tapping it on the shoulder. Other times it was just hurling salt at each other. There was an elegance to the game.
The King's Game, they called it. You all can leave this shrine if you would like. There is still the hatred sorrow sworn on the floor, mangling itself, reaching for the mirror with one hand. That can be not your problem, or you do whatever you want.
Dicaprio is going to say, like, we probably should remove it and see what its memory is, and if so, I volunteer to go through it. I've had enough experience with hatred that it shouldn't throw me too off kilter.
I would say if we are trying to tell your mother that we are doing this for her, just checking, making sure things are okay, destroying this guard when we don't have to is probably not the best way to do it.
Agreed. And look, I get what you're saying about being, like, able to handle hatred. I don't want you to have to put more hatred into you if you don't have to. If we can avoid you having to experience, like, pure unadulterated hatred, that seems desirable.
But what if I want to experience it?
Whoa.
I mean, of all of the ones, there's literally no one around to say that you were here for this one. So, like, I guess go nuts. That doesn't sound healthy, but I guess go nuts.
Yeah, I think Dicaprio does want to, like, mercy kill this thing. Like, I don't know, reach down and, like, snap its neck or whatever I need to do. And then I want to see what this is, mainly because Dicaprio thinks it's important to, like, find out whatever information they can at this point. Like, we're in a dragon Cold War, so she's just in the mindset also of, like, information is power. So she just kind of wants to try to get as much of it as she can. But also, yeah, okay. I think she just kind of has a affection for the feeling of hatred.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's very bold character work, and it's also kismet, because it was very possible that you absorb this memory and it's, the Yankees winning the World Series, and someone's just like, fuck these losers.
My dad's greatest moment of joy.
Oh, gosh. And it's just hatred of something random and powerful, but it just so happens this is relevant because as the red motes rush into you, you feel absolute overwhelming hatred, and you are clearly from a dragon's perspective. Some of these memories are clearly humans, like you when you were pulling the crown out of all those ribbons, it was like a dozen flashes of mostly humans perspective memories, but this one immediately feels draconic.
Very quickly before we get into it, you talked about the fact that you wanted to experience hatred. We forgot for a moment, I think, that Hop was also going to have to experience some of this hatred.
Yeah, you just get this just horrible feeling in your stomach, Hop, even though you don't see what Dicaprio sees, which is shockingly, and I'm not catering this to Quinn, it is Desdemona the Diamond Dragon you are looking at. And Desdemona is saying, shut the fuck up. You're going to do what I want. Well, don't even fight it. Don't pretend like you have any fucking goals. I'm going to attach all these ribbons to your people. What are you using them for? I will do 10,000 times more good with my spies than you will do with whatever the fuck art projects you have them up to. Shut up. And that overwhelming hatred, it takes you a minute, Quinn / DiCaprio. It is not directed at Desdemona the Diamond Dragon.
Yeah, it seems like Desdemona talking to Sycorax.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
So it sounds like... so you said the hatred is not directed at Desdemona. Does she hate herself for willingly doing this?
Yeah, I don't know how much you want me to say explicitly, but yeah, Sycorax hates herself because she doesn't stand up to Desdemona. And all the things people say about her are on some level true, and she's just full of self-loathing.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to add a character thing, because Hop feels what I feel, so even though this memory is of a particular thing, I want to establish that even though you feel this intense feeling, you feel like you're coping with it very well, because it's a very familiar feeling to you already. So, like, there is this overwhelming anger, but you're just like, ah, yes, this self-hatred I constantly experience, or whatever, is how it's channeling
I
to
mean,
Hop.
even if you weren't channeling that way, self-hatred is a feeling Hop is very familiar with. If this had been outward hatred, I think Hop would have had a harder time with it. I do think Hop knows what a little self-hatred feels like.
You two got problems. I love myself.
I was gonna say, weird that some of us almost became priests and some of us didn't. Roll that tape back. Compare that footage.
DiCaprio is gonna essentially come out of this memory and just sort of look around and say, so Desdemona has been using the humans here as some of her spies, and it appears to be something Sycorax rather reluctantly but did willingly allow to happen.
I'm just going to scroll up in the chat here where I was thinking about this a week ago. If blue is nostalgia, that's the Cymbalines. I'm wondering if it's not named characters just because of the amount of ribbons. Maybe she's trying to subvert small folk populations in the mountains.
Dan from downtown, full court shot. Yeah. Desdemona is using the ribbons to put spies all throughout Cookie Mountains. You do not know who is compromised. That is the thing you come out of that memory with DiCaprio, is Sycorax is saying, like, I'm not gonna let you do this, Desdemona. I would never betray my little Hop. And Desdemona's like, yes you will, you fucking loser. I'll come back in a week with a memory and you'll fold. You don't have it in you. You do not have that dog in you. You don't know if Sycorax is compromised. Sycorax took that memory out of her head and stored it in a shrine with a self-hatred creature. So all I'll say is Desdemona is absolutely putting spies everywhere. You don't know where yet. I guess you do know the Cymbalines are up to no good, but they're on their own whole journey.
Rex will say this as he folds his arms behind his back. I see a couple of options here. Number one, I guess immediately we have to start looking through our small folk to see if there are any that are feeling overtly hateful, desire-filled, or potentially depressed. It's gonna be hard for mine with the desire thing on account of being hyper-focused on being the best. That's an issue. Point two, if we know there are spies, we just start leaking incorrect information to different members of our communities and see who takes a bait on
I mean, I, in theory, can see who is spies. If a person is in front of me, I can see if they've got a ribbon connected to them.
That too, but also you don't live in my house all the time.
No, I know, but also, like, at the very least, if you do suspect someone's a spy, I can thumbs up, thumbs down for you.
Yeah, I just double checked which site is 30 feet of you. So if you get up to a spy, you have spy-o vision. You just happen to choose that. There's a version of the season where you didn't, and this storyline is radically different.
Yeah.
But you do have that.
Okay.
Yeah, Rex's essential point is, look, we can also use this to, like, we could absolutely use this to just kill them when we find them, or we can bait Desdemona and her allies into a trap.
I also think if we can convince my mother to resist and to feel a little more confident in standing up against this, we could have a very powerful potential ally on our hands.
What would inspire your mom, Hop?
If we were to let her see the memory of me punching a hole through Desdemona in first person, maybe that's enough to go, hey, look, she's really not as powerful as she seems. We can stand up against her. Maybe it takes more than that? I don't know.
Well, would you like me to create the ribbon for you to hold on to for the next time you see her, just to see if perhaps it can inspire Lady Sycorax in a stronger direction?
I would, yeah. I can't say if it's going to take more than that. I can't say what she's going to need, but I think with that in hand, I'm going to need to talk with her when she's back.
If nothing else, your mom deserves to see one of your most magnificent moments. So Dicaprio is going to cast Encode Thoughts and make a copy of that memory for Hop to have.
Rex will say, I can give back the crown if we confirm that it's hers. I've got no problem with that. I mean, it's a cool crown. I like how it's pink and everything. Don't have many pink crowns. But I don't, I guess, need it if it'll get her on our side. And maybe let us kick Desdemona in the dick.
I think right now she's the most likely of the big players that might be talk-roundable.
Then I think it might also be important for us to try to see as many of these core memories she's kept hidden as possible, even if some might be more along the lines of whatever Rex is holding inside.
Vomiting, crying, throwing up.
We need as much information as we can get.
At this point, regardless, I'm probably going to have to apologize that we went through all her stuff. But if we hadn't gone in here and looked at this, I think I would have had far less of an idea of how to get her on side. And put frankly, she's seen enough of my memories over the years that I think she's probably going to have to concede it was time for me to see a couple of hers.
Well, except for one of them. Again, you did not want to see it. I didn't want to see it.
I assume it was some kind of dragon sex.
Oh yeah.
Well, do we have a preference between sadness or happiness? I don't know if we'll have the resources to do both, so this might be the last one we're able to do unless we can get through it without having to use too much else up of ourselves.
Rex would say, sadness seems to be the last thing that she's been connecting to people with for Desdemona. So I'd say that's maybe the best option there.
Agreed. As much as I'd love to see, a nice happy experience maybe of my mother's, I feel like understanding... If this is another of her memories, understanding her sadness feels more productive.
Well, then let's get going. And Dicaprio's gonna head out, fly over, I guess, the broken glass or whatever, and then,
The 15 piles of broken glass we've left in our wake as the siblings take to the air on draconic wings. Can I get perception checks as you fly through the lovely skies of Sycorax's mountain?
All aboard the sadness train.
Choo-choo!
14.
20.
10.
14 and 20 and 10, all above average. I will say that you get plenty of time to react to something you see in the distance, which is as you approach the Shrine of Sadness, you see there's a lot of activity, a lot of people, and if you had failed this roll or botched or something, you just would try to land amongst the people. But because everyone got average, there is something strange, which is in addition to the kind of the rainbow of human activity that you're familiar with, kind of what humans look, smelly, hairy, so forth. There are other types of people mixed in, and that's what I'm going to give you with a 14, 20, and 10, is that there's not just humans, and there's a lot of activity. This shrine seems, there's something going on here. Is it, well, I guess we'd have to, investigate further. I'm thinking that maybe this is like, if we've established that it's possible to remove a memory, or people coming here to get the sadness removed as like a service that they're paying for. Sadness as a service. That'd be my bad. I don't know what to have to. I guess we'd transform a little further out and then try to investigate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you all land a distance away as your dragon forms turn into your small folk and start walking up, is there anything you want to say or do before I reveal what is happening at the Sadness Shrine, which I believe is going to end this episode?
I sure hope we don't see anything cataclysmically revealing it in the next 30 seconds.
It better be fucking dramatic. I can hear the music.
I have something I want to still do at some point during this arc, but I don't know if it's going to be an awkward conversation to have right before the end of the episode.
Do it. I talked about rat milk earlier.
So I'll say, because Dicaprio has spent a very significant period of time very recently with the feeling of self-hatred and hatred in general, she is going to kind of sheepishly come up to Rex and be like, "Oh, Rex, I just, I suppose I wanted to ask something. When your child is born, do you think I could be allowed to have some presence in their life?"
I think he gives you like a confused look and is like, why wouldn't her the child? Rex gives Dicaprio a very like perplexed look and just says, why wouldn't their aunt have a presence in their life? Of course. Like, what is the question here? What are you talking about?
I mean, we've had our differences in the past, and I know I'm not the most pleasant person to be around, so I would completely understand if you wanted a distance to be kept or something along those lines, but...
Dicaprio, you are in a overprotective, snobby wine aunt. You're meant to be in this child's life. We're in a Cold War, and your mother has repeatedly tried to steal the other child we were raising from our clutches. I think I need all the help I can get. Also, do you remember me as a child? I was a monster. This is gonna be a huge problem.
I remember you being very sweet when you were a child, actually. You were...
That's the head trauma. That's the head trauma from me attacking you.
Dicaprio is going to kind of smile at that, though. Like, there's something she's kind of keeping to herself when you say that, but like in her mind, like I guess Hop would feel this as well, like a very palpable sense of relief after hearing that she's going to be allowed to have some presence in Rex's child's life.
Yeah, I think Rex thinks this was a bafflingly stupid question. Like he doesn't like that you put people inside of his house. That's very different than being like, I love my niece or nephew and I'm going to help protect them.
I think in her mind she's also thinking the bottle moment more.
He has other things to be concerned about at this point. Also, you just turned your butler into a dragon. So at this point, he's like, whatever, fine, we're moving past it. He's not happy about it. I think in his view, it would have like just a week earlier, maybe this would have been an easier thing to deal with. But it's like, well, fuck it, whatever, we're good.
Yeah, that's all I had.
He's fucking your ex-girlfriend. Like, what are you gonna do? Some shit's happening.
That's the best part. There is at no point do I want to have Dicaprio bring up the fact that she's like, I know you're having a child with my ex, by the way. Like, I really haven't even processed how she feels about that quite yet. I think she's just ignoring that fact. She thinks that egg came from the sky.
All right. As you are having this conversation, you can see the shrine at the top of this little peak here. In the building itself is full of activity, humans, and something else, which you can now see because you are closer. And it is unmistakable that these are myconids, human-sized, humanoid mushroom people, fungus folk. And they are doing something. They are, it appears to be, searching the shrine for something. They're not hurting the people, but they are hurting the people. Herding. They're like forcing them to like kneel and saying like, empty your pockets. Like where is it? What's going on here? It's hostile but not violent.
Hop wants to walk in and assert her familial ownership of this place and go, hey, this is my family home. What you doing?
Yeah. All right. To end the episode, Doc Hop, intimidation to Big Dog the Mushrooms.
Intimidation.
Your mumshrooms.
The mumshrooms. Do I have anything to make me more intimidating? Not really.
I can assist with this, like just as a role, because Rex would absolutely be down for intimidating these fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, if you can help, I rolled a 10, so if you can help me be scary.
13.
All right, Doc Hop, you assert yourself strongly, but you're not prepared for what happens next, which is in the throng of mushroom folk, different sizes, different shapes, different colorations, a lot of different species of fungi, which come in all sorts of bright colors and strange orientations. One myconid steps up to confront your 10 on intimidation, and she is huge. She is blue, and she is beautiful.
Fuck. How beautiful, Austin.
This is the sexiest indigo milk cap you have ever seen.
Oh, you're really testing me here, buddy.
Okay, let's see if you can fight or fuck your way out of this one in 2 weeks, Laura. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.